3 times as many stars as previously thought? It really is full of stars. Scientists said Wednesday that the number of stars in the universe had been seriously undercounted, and they estimated that there could be 3 times as many stars out there as had been thought. This undercounting of cool, dim dwarf stars in certain galaxies could throw a monkey wrench into astronomers' understanding of how galaxies formed and grew over the eons. It's very problematic, said Peter Van Dokkum, a professor of astronomy at Yale, who reported the findings in the journal Nature with Charlie Conroy of the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics in Cambridge, Massachusetts. The conundrum is that astronomers cannot actually count the dwarf stars, which have masses less than a third of that of the Sun, and galaxies outside the Milky Way. So instead, they counted the brighter Sun-like stars and assumed that there were about 100 unseen dwarfs for each larger Sun-like star, as is the case in the Milky Way. Yet, not every galaxy looks like the Milky Way, with its spiraling pinwheel arms. Some are blobby and elliptical, and it was an untested assumption that the distribution of star sizes in elliptical galaxies is the same as in the Milky Way. Dr. Van Dokkum and Dr. Conroy took an innovative approach to counting what they could not see. Because the dwarfs are cooler, the fingerprint of certain colors they emit and absorb is different from that of larger stars. Thus, while they could not see individual stars, the astronomers could calculate the number of dwarfs required to produce the telltale color fingerprint they detected in the light coming from the whole galaxy. And they found that in 8 elliptical galaxies, the ratio of dwarf stars to sun-like stars was 1,000 or 2,000 to 1, rather than the 100 to 1 in the Milky Way. A typical elliptical galaxy, thought to consist of approximately 100 billion stars, would have 1 trillion or more stars. Ellipticals account for about a third of all galaxies, leading to a new estimate of at least 3 times as many stars overall. We may have to abandon this notion of using the Milky Way as a template for the rest of the universe. Dr. Van Dokkum said that the findings are correct. An undercount of dwarfs would mean scientists have underestimated the masses of galaxies. That would mean that galaxies developed earlier and faster than currently thought. In other words, there's much still to be known. All this would be very interesting, actually, said Richard Ellis, a professor of astronomy at the California Institute of Technology, who was not involved in the research. It's very important that papers like this are published so that we are reminded how fragile our knowledge of the universe really is. Yet, Dr. Ellis said he remained somewhat skeptical. It's good data and it's a sound analysis, he said, but there are a few escape clauses. For one, the research assumes that the stars in an elliptical galaxy are made of exactly the same stuff as those in spiral galaxies, an assumption that cannot be tested yet. In other words, again, there are a lot of things in science that are still not known. There's a whole lot of things to learn still. And these are more signs of the times, the end times transition days, which is a continuing daily process happening all around the world. Revelation chapter 8, verse 10. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers, and upon the fountains of waters. 11. And The name of the star is called wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many humans died of the waters because they were made bitter. Revelation chapter 16, verse 4. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became as blood. 5. And I heard the angel of the waters say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art, and was, and shall be, because thou hast judged thus. 6. For they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. 7. And I heard another out of the altar say, Even so, Lord, God Almighty, true and righteous are thy judgments. And now the fourth angel is standing by. And there are many different kinds of signs happening all around the world. And now the fourth angel is beginning to sound. And all these are more signs happening day by day.